So it really does have a big impact.
I think about it all the time.
How aware is your wife of that? Like, your mood is very dependent on your golf.
I try not to bring it home too much. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be sort of sullen one day and her say, what's wrong? I was like, it's just awful off the tee today.
It's that 7 iron, it's the 14th.
I just can't get that sort of, topped 7 iron off my mind. Hopefully I'm not doing that, but like, she knows how much I care about the game and want to, she's super supportive about that. I don't have one of those eye-rolly, oh God, you're gonna play golf. That's not what my relationship is with my wife and her relationship to golf. She knows that it makes me happy, and I think I said to you off camera, but like, I don't play at the weekends. I'll go on 1 or 2 golf trips a year. 2, I do a father-son's one. I still go to now, even though my dad passed a few years ago, but we're still going to do this father-son's trip every year in Donegal, and then I get 1 golf chat trip. And that's it. And the rest of the time, I would never play at the weekend when our kids are this young. I just wouldn't. So I only really play when I'm off work and the kids are at school.
So basically, a few things to know about this course.
Yeah.
There's slot sheep.
Yeah.
Occasional tourist.
Sure.
So there are extra points. 5 extra points. Oh.
Really?
No, it's baby sheep.
Risky? Oh, thank God. Okay.
It's baby sheep.
Good.
So you get extra points if you hit tourist. You get no extra points if you hit sheep.
No, it's not.
We do not like to.
We don't want that.
But actually, the mama sheep have got such big coats that the ball just bounces off.
Oh, so you have hit them.
Well, this is from Pinley. I've told you.
Okay.
Thankfully, I've not hit you one yet.
Okay.
Shot.
Wee bit leaky again.
Wee bit right, and maybe a wee bit long, but I can't quite recall. Okay. It's going to be a chip though, you're going to be fine.
Okay. Lovely.
Coming back.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Well,
this is amazing.
Here's the green.
I think I might be a bit big.
Maybe a bit big?
Maybe. Right, it's a chipping contest. Get down. Whew. That was heavy. Sit.
What's the best part of your golf game, Jamie?
This is sort of socialising after. When I'm on my game, I hit it well off the tee.
Yeah.
With the driver. The worst part of my game is what you've just seen, chipping. And I'm a streaky putter. I always putt well in Portugal.
Right.
It's a very strange thing about the grass and the sun, whatever, the vibes. Look at that.
Okay, I'll give you that.
That's probably gimme range, is it?
Yeah, that's good. This is nothing but net. Oh, it's low.
I'll give you that.
What was it about acting? You obviously were successful as a model, so for many they'd say, great, I've found one career I'm really good at and I've got success at, and that's hard to find. You found another one.
I just didn't want to be one of those models, with the greatest respect, who's still doing it in their 40s.
Right.
And there was a few lads who I knew floating around when I was in my 20s doing it, and I just almost felt like I could taste their dissatisfaction. And I was like, I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be leaning up against walls, looking sad. So
were you trained as an actor at that point?
No, I wasn't. I'm still not.
Isn't that amazing?
I've learned, like most of my favourite actors in the world, never trained.
Right.
Look,
you took a chance.
I did a bit of youth theatre outside of school. I did theatre at school. Did dram. It's not like I was like a model now. Hey, I'm going to try acting. I'd done it to various degrees. I did my first movie when I was 22, and with Sofia Coppola. It was like a big deal. So it's not like it had been, but I'd had an agent from then. So it's not like, but I didn't knuckle down and focus on it until my late 20s, because I was always, the modelling was doing very well. So I was always like, had that going, and I wasn't certain at that point that I wanted to be an actor. And then after the fall, I guess there was a certainty that was going to work out, or if I work hard at this, it will work out. And I'd done loads of classes in LA and stuff, and so it's not like there isn't training at all. And there was a certain element of the Meisner technique, which is one of the famous 2 or 3 techniques of how to approach it, that seemed to suit the way that I wanted to approach it anyway, which is taking the focus from you onto the scene partner, putting all the emphasis on them, which suits me and the way my mind works. So that's been sort of helpful. And then you learn so much on the job, and so much from failures on the job and successes on the job, and different characters that I've been really lucky. I've got to play like loads of really different characters. So but there's other stuff. You know, now I'm producing more stuff now, and I've been writing, and my friend and I wrote a script that we last week just have secured director on, and
Amazing. Congratulations.
That's thank you. It's been a real big moment, a long time coming. So and now we're producing. We've got loads of stuff on our slate to start producing. Some stuff we've written, some stuff other people have written, and that's a really exciting facet of the industry that I want to explore more. And if they can work coincide, and then maybe one day I won't feel like acting anymore, and I'll just do that. Maybe that's a believability, I think, in my mind. And so we'll see where we get. I love how I'm holding this with my golf.
I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect.
It feels right. I've got a great grip on it. I'm not playing rugby anymore. I'm not playing. Still play 5-a-side football on Tuesday nights, but you know, I wish I'd focus more on golf because it'd make my life easier now to be better at golf.
You might have met McElroy a bit earlier on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we're from the exact same town.
Of course, yeah. All Royal Hollywood there.
Yeah.
It's done pretty well, that little town.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's funny. I remember being time exact. Almost, we were born the same week, Roy and I, but I'm 7 years older. And I remember being about 16. And I was in Hollywood Town Centre, and there was all this stuff in all the shop windows, and the butchers and the bakers, and all this, like, under 10 world champion Rory McIlroy, and I was like, he's just some kid, like, he's not going to make it as a golfer. He's 9 years old. And I remember, like, who is this kid? We're all getting so excited about some kid. Like, he won't, he'll fall out of love with the game as soon as he gets to, like, secondary school. Obviously, didn't work out that way.
All right, this cyclist
is coming right at us.
I'm going to start it on that cyclist.
Such a brave call. Beautiful. Jesus, that's beautiful.
Hang on.
Yep, that'll work. That'll work.
Yes.
That'll
got
play,
some
won't
power in it. Shot. That's going to be perfect.
About as good as I can hit it. Yep. God, it's beautiful though. Look at this. Love it. Where'd you go, Iona?
Just a wee bit short. Quite a stiff breeze, caught me out.
Yeah, that's a wish. Like, I hit that well, but I have to say, I just wish I could control ball flight better. What a shot.
Sit.
Sit.
I think it's going to come off that daisy. And then just,
it's like pinball.
It's going to veer towards that buttercup on the left.
Surely it goes right to left.
Yeah.
That little short daisy on the right looks good, doesn't it?
Yep.
There it is.
Oh,
okay.
Never moved.
Good stuff.
Going back to your kind of beginning in life, how do you remember your childhood? Was it a happy childhood?
Yeah, it was idyllic in many respects. I grew up. Belfast is a really. I'm from Hollywood, County Down, and only a few miles outside Belfast, and it is beautiful there, and it's a great way of life. And I've never shied away. I come from a very middle class background, and we weren't wanting for anything as kids, and we went on great not lavish holidays. No one did back then, and we didn't have the means to do that so much. I think we had a really nice house, and I now know how much stress years later that from Dad telling me how much stress that put in the house living where we lived, and Dad would always want a nice car. So outside of that, it was we didn't go on lavish holidays. We always went, and I think that was really beneficial to us, like just going up to Donegal for a week, or maybe going camping in France and getting the ferry over, and those sort of trips.
Yeah.
I have great memories of that. But you know, I lost my mum when I was 16, so that was a catastrophic event in my life that takes happiness away, obviously, in a monumental way. So it was happy definitely to a point until that happened, and then you know, I think I think of myself as a really resilient person and really capable of dealing with bad things. I'm super like, if I get bad news, I'm instantly thinking about the resolve or like the other side of it, rather than just wallowing in the pity of it. And I think a lot of that has come from losing my mum young and having to like sort of grow up a bit, maybe quicker than I was probably on a track to do. And it has weirdly ended up being a benefit in my life.
What did your mum teach you, do you think?
This is a really shameful thing to admit, but I don't remember that much about my mum in many ways. I was just turned 16 when she died, and I was a very young 16. Like, I would have been really immature 16.
Right.
I had to grow up pretty quick after that. But of course I have memories of her. Jeez, of course I do. But like you know, my dad was the more tactile. My mum was probably a little bit stricter with us.
Right.
And I think that's a benefit. I don't think both parents can be super easygoing. And I find myself now, Jesus, I hope I'm fun dad. I am. But we did ask our kids the other day, like, who's more strict, mum or dad, and they both said, all three of them said me.
You're more strict.
Yeah, which I just don't see myself as, and
Right.
I'm not really, but to them I obviously am more than my wife. She's more lenient. And I think I get that from my mum, and I think that's a really positive thing to have, not be strict with them, but like, you know, you want to have kids that are polite and respectful and kind and promote all of those aspects of life that we need to be good human beings. So I'm probably pretty good about trying to implement those onto the kids.